I'd like to welcome everyone to the Administration and Finance Committee meeting for Monday, March 6th of 2023. The Deputy Clerk has taken roll, and we do have a quorum this evening. First on the agenda is approval of minutes from February 21st of 2023. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
Motion from Trustee Bailey, second from Mr. Simons. Are there any corrections, comments to the minutes? If there are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the minutes have been approved. Next on the agenda is a warrant totaling $238,619.49. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made. Second.
Motion from Mr. Van Vliet, second from Mr. Simons. Are there any questions, comments about the warrant? If there are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the warrant will go to tonight's board meeting with positive recommendation. Next on the agenda, Resolution 14R23. It's to authorize bidding of Village Hall renovations. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made. Second.
Motion from Trustee Schmidt and a second from Mr. Simons. Maybe staff report, please, through McMahon & Associates, our village engineer, Chris Dawkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is our standard resolution authorizing the public bid letting process as according to our purchasing policy. We've laid out a schedule of events for everybody, so we're all on the same page. We'll have a pre-bid meeting in mid-March, actually a little later in March, open bids in April and award in April. And depending on material availability, will really kind of dictate the beginning date of the improvements. The thing we really don't want to do, obviously, is to start doing the demolition and then sit around and wait for things to show up. So material availability is really going to drive the overall construction schedule. Happy to answer any questions.
On that note, are there any questions from the committee? If there are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Resolution 14R23 will go to tonight's board meeting with positive recommendation. Next is Resolution 16R23, purchase public works vehicles and equipment. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
Motion from Trustee Bailey and a second from Mr. Simons. We have a staff report, please, from Mitch Hilden, Public Works Director.
Yes, you may. So this is going to be kind of a recap of some older information for those of you that were at the budget workshop, and for our committee members, this is going to be some new stuff. We have a number of vehicles and pieces of equipment in the public works fleet that have exceeded the end of their useful life and can no longer provide assistance to staff in completing their everyday tasks in an efficient manner. Resolution 16R23 requests authorization to purchase 2 trucks and 2 pieces of equipment. Our research has shown that lead times and supply chain issues still plague our ability to secure equipment at a reasonable price and within an acceptable time frame. Additionally, pushing back orders will impact our trade-in values that you'll see that I mentioned later on. And we want to preserve as much of those values as we can. Resolution 16R23 will go to committee and board this evening, which will provide staff with the appropriate authorizations so that we can act quickly and secure the best prices. The first item that we want to replace is our 2002 dump truck and bed mounted hot box setup in order to increase our efficiency, fuel economy, equipment utilization. We recommend the replacement of our current pothole patching setup, which is a 2002 Ford F-350 dump truck and a 2013 bed-mounted hot box. We would like to transition to a 3/4 ton pickup with a pull-behind asphalt hot box trailer. Our current hot box trailer, as mentioned, is 10 years old and is used to heat up our cold patch so we can patch potholes throughout the entire year. The current hot box sits in that F2 or F-350 bed, and it makes it so that vehicle can only be used for one thing. We can't use it to go around and do our Julie locates and to haul tools and stuff around it. It makes it so it's just sits in our shop and only patches potholes. 2 quotes were obtained for the new asphalt hot box trailer. One from Midwest Paving Equipment, who quoted a net cost of $32,663 for a Falcon hotbox trailer, and K&M International quoted $31,645 for their branded hotbox trailer. Midwest Paving's equipment quote includes offering a $2,000 trade-in on our old patcher. Staff attempted to call Spalding Manufacturing multiple times and used their online inquiry, and we were unable to get a quote. And we are not aware of any additional providers in the area. Our staff recommendation is that we purchase the Falcon hot box trailer from Midwest Paving for the following reason. The village currently owns a Falcon hot box, and we've been happy with Falcon service. And when parts are needed, Midwest Paving equipment is in Glen Ellen, Illinois, whereas K&M International is out of Michigan. Falcon carries a better warranty than K&M International. And lastly, the Falcon machine comes on a tandem axle trailer, whereas the K&M machine is only on a single axle, which makes a big difference when you're lifting 4,000 pounds of cold patch up in the air to dump it. The lead time on a brand new Falcon hot box trailer is 90 to 120 days. However, Midwest Paving Equipment has a new 2-ton demo unit they could sell us immediately. We would save $1,155 in shipping by purchasing this demo unit. And the unit comes with the full manufacturer 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty and a 5-year combustion chamber warranty, as well as a lifetime frame warranty. They actually brought this demo unit out to us so we could check it out. It looks brand new. They've taken it to 2 other communities to demo it and show them what their product does, and that's it. The 3/4 ton pickup truck, we would utilize the new 3/4 ton truck would be much more fuel efficient than the 2002 F350 we have been using for the hot box. By acquiring the 3/4 ton pickup truck, we would enjoy the benefits of having that truck to pull this machine with. We would be able to install a plow on it to do our bike paths and parking lots. And the gentleman that does our Julie locates traveling all over the village daily would now drive this, which gets 14 miles to the gallon versus the 4.9 miles to the gallon that the other truck is getting. From our research, the cost of acquiring the truck with a snowplow and safety light installed, we'll be able to do that for under $75,000. So we are asking tonight for a do not exceed price of $75,000, and it will go to board the same night as the committee so we can meet our April 30th fiscal year deadline and to take ownership of the truck itself. For those of you that were at the budget meeting, we discussed these 2 purchases would be done in fiscal year 23, which Michelle has come up with the money for us to do it. Another piece of equipment on this resolution tonight is a front end loader. We would like to transition from using a backhoe to a front end loader to fill our salt trucks and stack salt deliveries. And it will have significant benefits, which include efficiently stacking the salt and not having contractors and trucks waiting around for our staff to do so. As I explained before, currently all of our contractors show up at one time, and we have a little 1.3 cubic yard bucket that we load them with, and it takes quite a long time to get them out on the road and salting like we have asked them to do so. We would also use the front end loader to push down trees in storm events, move large snow drifts and piles, and pick up manhole castings. Staff was able to get 3 quotes on the front end loader from 2 different vendors. Westside Tractor quoted $197,500 for a 2023 John Deere 524P with approximately 100 hours on it. They leased this unit to a snow removal company this winter, and it will be available as of April 1st of this year. Westside Tractor also quoted the same machine that would be brand new for a price of $200,015,530, which is the state bid price. They expect a delivery on this machine is between August and September by the time we were to place the order. Westside Tractor is offering us $77,000 for our John Deere backhoe trade-in, which I thought was a very fair price. And the third quote we received was for a comparable front end loader from Miller Bradford. They quoted a Case 621G for $193,000 and offered $75,000 for the backhoe trade-in. Our staff recommendation tonight is going to be to purchase the slightly used 2023 John Deere for a net price of $120,500. This unit comes with a better warranty than the Case machine. Our current backhoe and skid steer are both John Deere and were purchased from Westside Tractor, and we have been very satisfied with Westside Tractor's service. Also, the 100 hours that's on the machine is no cause for concern since the machine will be under warranty. Lastly, this machine is available immediately, which means our staff can put it into use at the beginning of the fiscal year, and we don't have to worry about anything happening to our trade-in to decrease its value while we wait till later in the year for newer machines to show up. We will not make payment or take delivery until after May 1st, 2023, as this is a fiscal year 24 purchase, but by acting now, we are able to lock in and hold this item. The last piece of equipment on this resolution is going to be a service body truck. This is also a fiscal year 24 purchase. However, I would like to make it as soon as possible after May 1st so we can start taking advantage of the efficiencies that this truck will bring to the Public Works Department. Fuel economy, tools, parts, and material storage, as well as the best use of manpower are reasons behind the purchase of this truck. In order to purchase a 3/4 ton service body truck with a Linux bed liner and safety lighting package, the cost will not exceed $80,000. So in summary, Resolution 16R23 will authorize the village administrator to enter into a purchase agreement with Westside Tractor for the purchase of a 2023 John Deere 524P loader with a net cost of $120,000 and $500. To enter into a purchasing agreement with Midwest Paving Equipment for the purchase of a 2023 Falcon asphalt hot box for $32,663. To enter into a purchase agreement not to exceed $75,000 for a 3/4 ton pickup with a plow. And lastly, to enter into a purchase agreement not to exceed $80,000 for a service body truck. These amounts are all consistent with budgeted amounts and estimates that were discussed during the budget meeting, and a separate ordinance will be forthcoming for the disposal of the current equipment. Staff has reviewed the above information and is recommending approval of this agenda item. Each of the 4 items being outlined in this memo are above the state purchasing allowance of $25,000. Therefore, a majority of the board will be required to waive formal bidding and allow for trade-ins of our equipment, which is required. Due to the timing issues referenced earlier in this agenda supplement, the resolution will go before the Administration and Finance Committee and the Board of Trustees this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Hilden. Are there any questions or comments from the committee? All right, if there are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Resolution 16R23 will go to tonight's board meeting with positive recommendation. Next is Resolution 17R23, award 251 sidewalk construction contract. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
The motion from Mr. Simons, second from Mr. Van Fleet. Staff report, please, from Village Engineer Chris Tompkins.
Thank you, Chairman Wilson. The project is to reconstruct the sidewalks along the west side of Illinois 251 between Shoreland Road and Peachtree Circle. The sidewalk in that area is in very poor condition and needs total replacement. The project was placed out for public bid letting in early February. We had 6 GCs pull packets and all 6 turned in a proposal, so we were batting 1,000%. We actually had 2 contractors who were slightly out of the area, and I think the pricing that they provided shows that they were slightly out of the area. They unfortunately have a bit more mobilization costs than the folks who are around here. Thankfully, the proposal that we opened low was $548,000, about $18,000 underneath our opinion of probable cost. Prices range from $766 to $548. N-Track Group is our lowest responsible bidder. Therefore, we recommend award of the contract to N-Track Group. Our normal standard operating procedure is to award a contract and then bring a contract to committee and board on the same evening. Typically we're doing that during the warmer months and we want to get going on construction. That's the reason why. We're not quite there yet. It looks like we've got some more cold and snow in the forecast. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6 weeks before construction can really start out there. So we'll have this resolution come to committee this evening and board on the 20th. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from the committee? If there are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, are there any nays? Resolution 17R23 will go to the March 20th board meeting with positive recommendation. Next on the agenda, ordinance 18-23, disposal of various personal property. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So made.
Second.
Motion from trustee Bailey, second from Mr. Van Vliet. May the staff report, please, from Michelle Johansson, Finance and HR Manager.
Thank you. The village has identified a truck and 2 salt spreaders that are at the end of their useful life and are ready to be sold. Also, there are 2 items that were listed that will be traded in on new equipment as previously reported tonight. A 2013 Falcon asphalt hot patcher will be traded in with Midwest paving equipment. And then also the 2018 John Deere backhoe will be traded into West Side Tractor. Staff is recommending approval of this agenda item. Thank you.
All right, are there any questions or comments? If there are none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ordinance 1823 will go to tonight's board meeting with positive recommendation. Next on agenda is reports. Is there anything under reports? Next on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address this committee for the good of the village? Next on the agenda is to adjourn. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So made. Second.
Motion from trustee Schmidt, second from Mr. Simons. All in favor to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, this meeting is adjourned.
Get us out of here quick.
I was going to start my with